Carlos says, hi, what do you do about address for rank and rent if you don't have one? What about citations? That's the challenge right now, Carlos. That's the challenge. It's very difficult to get Google business profiles in the US without video verification. So it's very difficult to do if you're trying to buy build rank and rent or lead gen assets. It's very difficult to do right now. It's not that it's impossible, but it's very difficult to do, which is why I've been teaching and developing what I call the hybrid method, so that you can kind of do a hybrid of lead gen with organic assets and potentially Google Ads. I'm getting back into Google Ads again. I've been having some success with them recently, and I just hired a company anyway, I'm going to be getting back into Google Ads. So in the coming months, I plan on doing more training about that too. If I can continue getting good results from Google Ads. I've been lucky lately. I don't know if it's luck or it's probably not skill, but I've been getting better results with Google Ads lately than I have for the last several years. And I'm not sure why. So I'm going to be doing a lot more testing with Google Ads over the next couple of months. So I've been developing the hybrid method, which is about building organic assets and maybe using Google Ads too, to generate leads which can generate interest. You can find a service provider to either buy paper, on a pay per lead basis, or revenue share model, or even just flat out rank and rent, which is the easiest to manage. And then because they're a real business, you back into doing retainer-based, traditional SEO retainer-based work on their Google business asset, so that you're actually generating revenue from them from two different sources. One, where they're renting your own assets or buying, paying per lead for leads that you generate through your assets. And number two, you're getting retainer money for doing SEO for their Google business profile and also building their brand, right? So it's a combination of it's two streams of revenue from one source, one client, right? That's the directory hybrid agency model that I've been developing. We're delaying launch of that until after the first of the year in our mastermind. I'm releasing the SOPs next month. In October, I'll be releasing a whole slew of them, because I've been working on them in the last few weeks, trying to tighten everything up so we can start releasing them into the mastermind. But in January, now we're going to wait till after the first of the year to launch the program publicly, because now we're getting into the holidays and people aren't buying into programs like that now. I know, because we've been doing semantic mastery. Every time we try to launch stuff in November or December, it doesn't perform well. So we're going to wait until January to launch it, which buys me some more time to finish developing it anyway. So I'm just telling you that because I would encourage you to join the mastermind, guys. I'm going to be releasing the SOPs. Some of them are already available, as well as many other SOPs, but specifically the directory hybrid agency stuff. In November, I'll be releasing a lot of them, if not all of them, if that's clear. So I encourage you to check it out, because I think it's very difficult to run just a strictly lead gen business now, unless you're using paid traffic. I think it's very difficult to do because organic assets do not produce enough leads to, organic assets only, at least in the home service and contracting spaces, can generate enough leads to produce interest from prospects, business owners in that industry, but it's not enough to sustain a business. So that's why I'm talking about the hybrid model, using organic assets to generate interest from business owners in that industry, potentially augment the SEO efforts with Google Ads, but then back into doing Google Business SEO on a traditional retainer fee structure or whatever with the client once you've landed them and developed a working relationship with them, right? So again, all that stuff is coming very, very soon in our mastermind. What about citations? I missed that one from Carlos. Sorry, Carlos. To go back to your questions, what about citations? Well, if you don't have a Google business profile, don't use them. If you have a Google business profile that is spammed, which is not a valid business listing, like it doesn't have a real valid location, then do not use only citations that don't require a street address, what I call non-traditional citations. And there are a few directories out there that will allow you to add the city and state, but not the street address. Most of them require a street address though.